Welcome to Muffed. Tough year. We'll tell the story straight. This is the Dolphins 2025 season in review. Muffed! The Miami Dolphins finished 7-10, missed the playoffs for a second straight year, and by January 8th, Mike McDaniel was out. The season started in the dirt, an E0-3 hole, a 7th straight loss to Buffalo. Tyreek Hill carted off with a season-ending knee injury in Week 4, and Chris Grier fired as general manager by Halloween. Then Miami clawed from 1-6 to 6-7, including a stunning Week 10 beatdown of those same Bills as double-digit underdogs, and an overtime win over Washington in the league's first regular season game played in Spain. But a Monday night faceplant in Week 15 at Pittsburgh ended the playoff push, got Tua Tagovailoa benched for rookie Quinn Ewers, and slammed the door on the McDaniel era, a team that fought, found a midseason identity in the run game, and still ran out of road. By the numbers, the portrait is uglier than the record suggests. Miami finished 25th in points scored and 24th in points allowed, both sides of the ball in the bottom third of the league. The offense's total expected points added, the cumulative measure of how much every snap moved the needle towards scoring, was minus 15.8 between pass and run combined, with a per play passing mark of minus 0.01 and a per carry rushing mark of minus 0.03. The defense surrendered a positive 69.7 expected points added through the air, and on defense, that's the secondary actively helping opponents score. The variance was wildly boom or bust. Miami hung 34 points twice at Atlanta in Week 8 and at the Jets in Week 14, and got held to single digits 3 different times, including a 38-10 finale at New England. Third down rate sat at just 35%, 19th percentile league-wide. Steady this was not. Now let's talk about the passing offense, which averaged 195 yards a game, well below league mean, and finished with 23 touchdowns against 23 total team turnovers. Tagovailoa's season expected points added through the air came in at plus 14.4, but his completion percentage above expectation averaged minus 1.0%. He completed passes at a slightly lower rate than the league would expect given the throws he was attempting. The unit absorbed 38 sacks and 65 quarterback hits, nearly 4 hits a game, and the offensive line never settled. Hill's Week 4 injury gutted the vertical element. He'd averaged 3.6 yards of separation across his 4 games, space this passing game never replaced. After that, Jaylen Waddle carried the receiver room, finishing with 64 catches for 910 yards and 6 touchdowns on a 23% target share. The signature throw came in Week 8 at Atlanta when Tagovailoa hit Waddle on a short middle route that turned into a 43-yard catch-and-run touchdown. 32 yards after the catch, the kind of yards after catch explosive that defined Miami's best passing days. Boom or bust, never a floor. Now let's dig into the rushing offense, this team's identity for the second half of the season. Miami ran for 120.6 yards a game on 424 carries, with 14 rushing touchdowns and a per carry expected points added of minus 0.03. Real volume, league average-ish efficiency at best. The story is Devon Achane, 1,350 rushing yards on 238 carries with 8 touchdowns, 67 catches for 488 yards and 4 more scores, and plus 410.8 rushing yards over expected, 410 more yards than an average back would have gained on the same carries, an elite signal in a non-elite offense. The variance was extreme. Achane ripped off touchdown runs of 59 and 35 yards on back-to-back possessions in the Week 10 blowout of Buffalo, then got bottled up in the Week 7 humiliation at Cleveland. When the run game booted up, Miami looked dangerous. When it didn't, the operation collapsed. 59 explosive plays on the year, 3.5 per game, and most of the splashy ones had Achane's number on them. Next up, the pass defense, where this season's bill came due. Miami allowed 229.6 passing yards a game, gave up 29 passing touchdowns, and finished 22nd percentile in passing expected points added allowed. That plus 69.7 figure. And remember, on defense, you want it deeply negative. The unit generated 39 sacks, decent for the 56th percentile, but forced only 18 takeaways all year, just over 1 per game. Pressure rate sat at 21%, well below league average, and the third down stop rate was a coin flip at 41% allowed. Bradley Chubb provided the signature splat, strip sacking Bryce Young in Week 5 against Carolina and recovering it himself, the kind of game-altering play this unit delivered only in flashes. Against the Bengals in Week 16, Miami surrendered 45. Against the Patriots in Week 18, 38 more. Boom or bust on this side too, and the bust decided the season. And the run defense, same story, maybe worse. Miami allowed 133.5 rushing yards a game on 461 carries, gave up 18 rushing touchdowns, and the per carry expected points added allowed was plus 0.04, 19th percentile against the run, bottom of the league dirt. Opposing offenses ran 27 times a game at 4.9 yards a pop, meaning the front was getting moved off the ball on early downs and putting the defense in second and manageable all year. No consistent edge setter, no run stuffing identity, variance all over the map, stout in spots, embarrassed in others. When you can't stop the run and you can't get off the field on third down, you don't have a defense, you have a turnstile. Muffed! Season MVP is Devon Achane, and it isn't close. 1,350 rushing yards, 12 total touchdowns, 67 catches, and plus 410 rushing yards over expected on a team that needed every inch he gave them. The fix is the run defense. 133.5 rushing yards allowed per game and a 19th percentile finish in rushing. Expected points added allowed is a foundational problem, not a tweak. Second is the pass rush pressure rate of just 21%. When you can't get home, your secondary gets buried, and that's exactly what happened all year. That's the Dolphins 2025 season. 2 things before you go. 1, if you want this every week when the season kicks off, subscribe to the Dolphins feed wherever you're listening. 2, if you want the same treatment for your fantasy roster, head to muff.ai and we'll build you a custom weekly show. That's the wrap.